Join me today as I create a peacock tree, and you can do it too. It's easy. Hey everybody, welcome to our channel. My name is Joe. Thanks for stopping by today. Hi to all of you who always stop by, and hi to those of you who might have just stumbled on me. Yeah, I am in, I think this is vlog number 5 or 6. I can't think. I have to check before I put the title up. But I am in my Christmas 2024 mode, and I have already done a couple of trees. I did this one right here. And this one, this is an accent tree that I made like a whimsical garden kind of style with colors that are not typical or traditional for Christmas. Lime green and a hot pink and well, you see it right there. And I also did a leopard tree that I was inspired by my mother's faux leopard coat. And that's right here. And today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a peacock tree. So for those of you who know me, you might remember that I did a peacock tree a few years back in the primary bedroom, but I was just kind of experimenting with it then, and I think I have a better grasp on how I wanted it done this year. I just recently saw a beautiful peacock tree. The parts of it were done by Raz Imports. And I saw it at the Borgata in Atlantic City. And if you check, I have a video about it. And it was absolutely beautiful. The birds and the ornaments and everything. But to be honest with you, the ornaments were like $35, $45, $55 a piece. The peacock bird was like $200 or $300. It was absolutely way out of my thinking for a accent tree that I'm going to be using in a guest room. So what I did was I had created the peacock body a couple of years ago, and I figured let me use that again, but I'm going to do it a little bit different this year because I thought about it a little bit more, and I think I got a better grasp on it. Video that I'm using this scraggly tree once again that I painted pink, and that will be my background that the peacock is sitting on. And then I will create the peacock with a very large tail that extends down into the floor. And I'm going to be using like a teal, blue, and gold on the peacock itself. So I hope you'll stick around to see how it turns out. I'm going to do the whole thing in this video. At the end of the video, you will actually see the peacock tree done. It took about, I want to say, because people always wonder how long it took. I want to say it must have taken about 5 or 6 hours, I guess, by the time I put everything together and got it moving and going the way I really wanted to. Hey, so like always, if you don't want to miss anything, so please subscribe to the channel, put your notification bell on, a comment and a share and a thumbs up is very helpful to get my videos out there so that more people can see what I'm doing. And let's see. Oh, you can also join us on Facebook at Life with Marianne and Joe. And you can also catch me on Instagram at designs_by_Joe. I don't get there too much, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to figure out how to do that better. Okay, everybody. So stay tuned and let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, so here we are in yet another guest room. And we have another kind of ugly tree here, like the last two that I showed you before I fixed them. And hopefully I can do the same kind of magic on this tree. It's not so much that it's ugly, it's just that it's ugly, I guess. But anyway, so what I've done, if you noticed, I spray painted this tree pink a while ago. Again, for those of you that know me, you know that when I do decorate this room for Christmas, a lot of times I will put this pink tree in here. Sometimes I did it like a Barbie tree before it was fashionable that everybody was doing Barbie last year. And you know, my first inkling, because of the way the room is, the way it's decorated, obviously I thought I was going to do like a Victorian kind of a tree here with a lot of, beads and, ornaments, like the lacy ornaments and stuff like that. And then I decided, you know what, that is way too expected for this room, so I'm not going to do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to do a peacock tree in here. Now, again, for those of you that know me, you may remember that I did a peacock tree in the primary bedroom a few years back. And I did it with the bird at the top and all the ornaments on the one side of the tree before it became popular, to be honest with you. Now it's very popular to do it that way. So I am going to recreate that peacock tree here, but in a little bit different way now. Still, the ornaments are going to be on the one side, but because the tree is pink, it will allow me to insert green branches from another Christmas tree to mimic the tail of the bird, which means that we'll see more of the distinction of the tail from the rest of the tree. Now, I'm going to give you a word of advice. If you do any kind of tree where you have a lot of ornaments on one side and not on the other side, you might think about securing it because you could have a tip over. So what I've done with this one in this case is I actually put a strong string around the stem of the main trunk of the tree, and then I came over here and I tied it to the railing, and I also twist tied a couple of these branches here just in case, God forbid it was going to tip forward. We don't want that to happen after all your work. So what I need to do is let me go upstairs and get the body of the bird first so I can get that placement. And then once we get the placement of the bird, then we can figure out where the tail's going to go. So it would be great if I had a real bird's body. And if I was putting this tree downstairs where more people would see it, then I probably would invest in it. But you know what? I don't do it that much for me to invest in it. So what's the next best thing? To make it yourself, right? So what I did was went online and I took a look at a peacock, what it looked like, and I just drew the guy out. See? He's on a piece of foam board. So now what I did was I had these poinsettias that were this color blue, and I don't know where we got them, but I had them. So I cut them up. You can see these are the little petals from the poinsettia, and then I had these gold poinsettias, the same ones that I have on the leopard tree in the other room, if you remember, and I made this part of the bird. So it gives it some differentiation. And then I just painted in the face, and I am now going to insert him into the tree. So you see I have floral wire in the back so that I can get him where I want him to go. So I'm going to try to find a spot for him now. Okay, so I have him sitting in the tree right there. Okay, so now, and I have this above the tree. I didn't want him so far up because it would make too much of the tail that I would have to do, because I want to do something interesting with the tail. I want to bring the tail out down here on the tree, and I want to continue it down onto the floor, if I can do that. Okay, so let me see now. I need to get some branches, and let me do that next. I started here, as you can see, from the tail of the bird, and I used pieces that were straight, that didn't have any side branching on them. So I did 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get the beginning of my tail going. Now I need to come down. So what I did, what I picked, or what I hope that works, is going to be these with the side branches so that I can make a more full bottom. Let's see if I can do it. I want to apologize. It's dark in here. I know that. I'm sorry. So anyway, here is the tail now. See how I did it? Like that. And now I'm going to put lights in there. And it's coming out exactly the way I pictured it. I look at these beautiful picks that I have here, and I am going to put these in the transition space from the end of the bird to the beginning of the tail, that transition spot. And what I mean by transition is from the end of the bird to the tail. You see, I started adding these in. It's when you go from one thought to another, it eases that transition. That's why it's called the transition piece. Let me add a few more in. I'm going to make my peacock blue and gold. And for this application, it's easier like this. See what I did? I removed the top of these, and this way it goes right onto the branch. Because, let me show you the branches. See, they're skinny. It'll fit right on here. It wouldn't work if the branch is fat. So I think I'm going to do it this way. See, I started with the blue ornaments, then I have the gold, and I'm going to continue down the tail. So I decided to add some picks in here to give it some fullness. And I put this in as the topper. I mean, really simple because I wanted to keep the profile and not make it so fat on the top. Now I'm going to fill in this. All right, so I got the ornaments on, and this is what I call packing, and I mean packing the tree, because I really didn't want to see the tree. Like I said, it's not too pretty, but just seeing little sprigs here and there is much better. I put these milk glass candle holders here, and that bowl, notice it has like pinkish on it with the green, the blue and the pink balls in it as well. And here on the dresser, I put this grouping of 3 Santas. That one back there is a lighter pink. This one is a little deeper pink, a more mauvey kind of pink. And then the blue here, I wanted the coloring, the pink and the blue. And then down here, the tea set. For the bed and breakfast with the pink. Okay, let me show you the whole room. Okay, buddy, thanks so much for stopping by today. I do appreciate it, and I will be seeing you real soon. You take care. Bye-bye.